And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Old World as Kush. We are in the third part of the second stream here, and things are going well. We're working on ambition. Well, I say we've got ambition number 8. Our queen here, in her drunken state, has decided on a particularly hard ambition here. We will work towards it. I don't know if we're going to be able to get that. Barding infantry square is pretty hard from where we are. Infantry square less so, barding pretty so. And I have a lot of orders. I think we're at an end turn state here where I don't actually have much to do. So let's end the turn. Good news right now is that surplus orders do generate a decent amount of money, so we're going to get our money back from trying to build out some wonders here. Assyria is now at peace with Carthage. We've rallied the military, resulting in higher morale and discipline. Trade mission. Money for olives, money for wine. We'll do money for wine. Choose the placement myself. I guess it's going there. Developing culture. Seal the gates. We should not allow entrance under any circumstance. Used to bow to religious demands. Allow Christianity in. Or training Christianity. Become influenced. No, we're not going to bow to religious demands. In the name of slam the door on his face. Yeah, no. The entitled family is becoming bolder in their requests. Must keep them happy. Sure. We can keep them happy. Did he really betray us? Christian discontent is spilled onto the streets of Sanam. We'll seek to appease the local Christian leaders. Oh, and we did work out in the previous one the building I want to build now, which is the temple, does follow normal adjacency rules. So I need to do something like this to be adjacent to 2 places. It's fine. Barracks going. Yeah, suppose we should get a citadel going. It's saying do a Odon there. I'm going to pass up the Odon. We're going to go for citadel. Oh no, we don't have the culture. Never mind. I suppose I could go for the Odon for more culture growth. I think I'll actually go for some more woodcutters instead. Get more wood coming in. As we get into higher culture levels, we're going to have upkeep on various things. One of the things we're actually going to have upkeep when we hit legendary is wood. I think that's the jump that goes on at that level. Per city in a... per pop in a legendary city, so... it may at some point be actually quite a lot of wood. Stonecutter is done. We are going to start working up archives for extra research, because I definitely need more research. Your miner is done, giving us gems. I think we go archive for more research. Basically do that in a lot of different places. And I influence you. Try to get people to boost his opinion of us. Go do a trade deal with you. And then I have gems to distribute. Okay, so every place is happy. I'd like to get the capital to be happier first. So we'll give gems, or faster, so let's add gems to the capital. Discovered phalanx. Assyria decides to declare war. Rejoice, for the hand of Assyria reaches to uplift the petty barbarians of the frontier. Sebesi shall fall under Assyrian rule, and if this claim is not recognized, the other hand of Assyria will wield the sword of conquest righteously. Okay, so we're saying no because we're going to war. I'm not having them just take one of my cities without without a fight. They got to come fight for it. Citizenship is working towards one of our tech goals, so we'll do that next. Upgrade our existing archers to slingers. Or our existing slingers to archers. I can promote you. Strike. Might as well deny these guys their line of sight here. And I do, at this point, probably need to redirect getting more troops. So here would be a reasonable place to grab war elephants. We'll grab some war elephants. We do got a relatively small front. This is the front area. It's these two cities. Push up some troops from the rear. Come up with help. We don't know when or if, how quickly they will be upon us. sort of move all the troops in that general direction, because I'm not too worried about the other fronts. The other fronts were pretty friendly with the locals, I would say, which will help protect us from random stuff happening. So it's just going to be Assyria until I can negotiate a peace, or until we beat their guys down enough that they come asking for peace. Anyway, that probably means as I finish up construction, I should queue up more troops to send more troops north to deal with the problem location. Here comes some Assyrians. We'll see if our unit there even survives the turn. Not be surprised if it doesn't. There we go. Yeah, I took 5 attacks. So one thing we're potentially going to run into is if I just can't get enough troops into the area, they may just be able to kill our guys off quicker than we can replace. Syria has converted to Zoroastrianism and suddenly is now very pleased with us. Okay. So we may be able to negotiate a peace. Unit killed. So the oligarch is dead. My husband is dead as a side effect. Yeah, the husband has died. And his entire unit was lost in battle. Yeah. As leader, because we're gonna go mourning. Lose orders on all cities. That would be pretty bad. Or I can stop being a builder, instead become the avenging commander. You know, I did like the bonus orders from builders completing projects, but I think we'll transition to being a commander given the circumstances. Oh no, that wasn't my husband. The husband's still alive. But yeah, we're going to be the avenging commander at this point. Doesn't matter if these friends of yours grow distant. Money is power. Why? It's only a matter of spending money on your friends. Do not flaunt your wealth or abandon your friends, because we have high wisdom, sure. Inspiring. Go for a kill or go for a heal? I'm going to go for a kill. We're probably going to use the unit either way. If the enemy really wants them dead. Okay, you start working more of our Medjay archers. In theory, the ones coming from the Citadel, the AJ archers would be better, but we need MJs because we can work on them right now. And you can't, so you're going to go for Axeman instead. Okay, do I do some force marching? I think I do some force marching. Got 12 orders. Oh, I could also use some training just to pull some more people up. Pull another one up. Yeah, let's force march you over there. We'll force march you. Gonna take 6 additional orders, which is a lot. But we'll see if that keeps this person alive. It probably won't. And from a diplomacy standpoint, to sign a national truce, I must wait at least 5 more seasons. So we must weather the storm for 5 more turns, where the enemy can be convinced to withdraw. So I lost 1, and then I can probably sneak in and get the... Oh no, I managed to keep the one alive that I was trying to keep alive. Trade mission. Food for thought. Civics for food. Training for food. We'll do civics for food. And then following request line is battle line for Macemen, which would actually improve our infantry. Might be a little bit late for this war, but better late than never. Can I do that? Yes. Bastion Temple finished. Ensure that all the inscriptions are updated. Or argue that the communication between the clergy results in enough of the rules being followed. Bastion Temple finished. It has been commonplace for the temple and the shrines of Kush to be adorned with epiphatic texts, especially stone and metal inscriptions that describe the laws and codes for the workings of their priests and temples. This epigraphic reform. Some of the priests are arguing that a formal system should be introduced to ensure that these are kept up to date with changes within their religious thought. Ensure they're all kept up to date, or go for the happiness bonus. We'll gain 60 happiness in all those Bastion cities. Argue that just communications is enough. No, I don't have the strong city culture yet. Get some Odons, get some culture buff that way. Oh, the city doesn't have Zoroastrianism. Well, the easy fix that is I just wander into the city and give it Zoroastrianism, and the next one can buy can do what it's about to do. Axemen. Marching north. Axemen marching north. Axemen. Yeah, you know where they're going. Same as the last one. Continue to march north. Reinforcements are slowly arriving at the theater. Oh, I should be promoting these guys. If they have promotions to take. Ten's close enough that we'll give them. Okay, keep cranking up mid-J archers. In 2 turns, I can have a worker in here build a citadel and swap over to using Beje archers. Oh, and I have to be in the city with the citadel to do the upgrade. So I can't just upgrade them wherever. And yeah, you're off the trade mission, so you could technically go do the mission, but it can't be done for another 4 turns. Sending a trade mission takes 3 seasons, so go ahead and do another trade mission. By the time you're back, we can make use of you. We have salt to distribute. Capital would definitely appreciate some salt. All the units up here have acted, so we're at the point where I either move the scouts, which aren't a particularly important rush at the moment, or can force march more troops north. So we'll work on force marching troops north. So if I buy 3 orders, just almost get rid of that slinger. That should at least make that slinger go run off into their rear area and not stay up in the combat line. Oh, and it is actually good to know that they're at war with Greece as well. So I've got help coming. Or no, they're not at war with Greece. I'm getting my blue guys confused with their with Greece's blue. Okay, flood has started near Debrea. One Kushite tile has ended up becoming a lake. Okay. Ascom now has national alliance with Carthage. Everything else is fine. Shada is Carthage's puppet. Shada dies. Carthage loses opinion. Greece gains opinion. Or Greece must be shown the error of their ways. The bias of faith. Greece has outright accused Patriarch Shada the diplomat of favoring Carthage, diverting religious resources to his home nation. Outraged by this suggestion, be it true or false, Patriarch Shada the diplomat demands that you go to war with Greece to show your dedication to the Zoroastrian cause. Promise to do everything in his power to reinforce your legitimacy to your subjects if you agree. Or, he's just a puppet, and I kill him. And that pisses off Carthage, but Carthage kind of likes me, so that would probably just pass. Uncomfortably pass, but that would probably just pass. Yeah, no. New head of the religion. Surrender close ties. They have invited us to finance and preside over the most sacred ceremony. It's a great honor reserved only for the nobles. It makes it a blatant act of favoritism. Fund a vassal ceremony. Finance it only as a compromise. Finance it only as a compromise. New heir, have them work on philosophy. Another dies. Reducing their strength at the front. Honestly, slowly pushing forward. In fact, that would actually be the biggest concern, I think, with what's going on right now, is if things keep going the way they're going, I'm going to move into their territory and move away from our reinforcements coming up from the south. Leb. Again, keep providing more troops. Probably could do with more archers. At least until we get battle line. Once we get battle line, I'll probably swap over to building macemen for a little while. I've got 12 orders. I could do a little bit of force marching, bring another unit up that way. Bring the archer up or bring... Yeah, let's bring the archer up. There we go. Scored another kill there. Undermining the Assyrian war position even more. They do not appreciate all their units being attacked. They started it. That's all I'm going to say. They started it. Then that river tile is now a lake. The river flooded so badly, it now has a lake. More spearmen arrive. Of course, the melee units I mostly have are actually anti-spearmen, so that works. Some more slingers. Slingers aren't as good as archers, although they cost stone for upkeep, which is fairly cheap. We completed the Jurwa aqueduct. Completed that wonder. Blood has ended. Athletic Tradition Archery. So all new range units will come with extra XP. Or Athletic Tradition Wrestling. All infantry units come with extra XP. Or horse racing. For Nakwa. Well, I'm trading archers right now, so let's give extra XP to archers there. All families get opinion. Get more culture. Building culture achieved in Gabati. Cato, the great thinker and politician, comes forward with a text chronicling the story of Kush. His account includes all major events of the nation's history, including both inspiring and tragic, and spares no one in its critical assessment. Should we make this document available for all, or should we prohibit its distribution to protect the state? All our families are happy, so we'll just take culture. Developing culture. Can't turn my nose up. This, okay, perfume. We'll get some perfume. Fires of Fires. Western Temple finished. As is tradition, the sacred fire of the New Western Temple is being built by one of the representatives of each social class, donating embers from their hearth fire. Frugal has suggested that you donate embers from the palace. This symbolic gesture would please the people but associate you with the other donors. Sure. We can trade a little bit of legitimacy away. We gained some from cleaning our weak wonder as well. Miseducation. He becomes extravagant, or he must come home now. We'll let him become extravagant. Okay, and then I probably want you to move to the next city and spread the religion. Let's do the war front next. So, spearmen, when they attack, they hit the guy behind the person they're attacking. So we can attack there because we can hit multiple. Attack there because we can hit multiple. That wasn't enough to kill him. Whoops. Yeah, that's enough to kill him. I'm not going to have enough to get that one. Yeah. Although I don't know if he's able to run away from where he is. Okay, I spent a lot of orders doing that, but we've gone ahead and just smashed most of the troops in the area. I guess the next position is probably to lay siege to one of the cities here. Workers. Obviously want to keep you doing something fairly simple. Stronghold for more orders. This provides bonuses to all the nearby farms. Although, I'm not sure if that works retroactively if I put the farm in after the wonder is done. That's what we're going to find out. We're going to just build farms. And see if we get free farmers on them. Looks like we are going to. You finished a war elephant. Give me another war elephant. That's our orders for the turn. Again, even if we had the orders and we couldn't negotiate for another 2 turns. And at this point, I'm questioning whether or not we should be trying to negotiate another 2 turns. Things are going well. Although that's what gets you. The greed. The greed can definitely catch up to you. Must resist letting the greed take advantage of our state of affairs. Oh, I think we're going to lose that war elephant. There it goes. I brought up the pointy stick guys to deal with the elephants. That arguably was how you dealt with elephants. They weren't particularly fond of getting poked. The Royal Library has been completed. Mission results, trade event. Wood for science, wood for civics, training for iron. We're gonna go wood for civics. Or wood for science here. So we can research faster. The goal of life. Strong culture achieved in Debera. The great minds of Debera have come together for a philosophical debate in front of an audience of citizenry and small group of foreign visitors. The eloquent has the honor of presiding over the event. The philosophers debate the nature of knowledge and the human mind before getting into an argument about the ultimate goal of life. In this question, there is no agreement. Speeches are made, intricately constructed arguments are delivered, insults are thrown. 2 of the debaters even engage in conduct most unbecoming of such event, the goblet of wine being thrown and maternal lineage question. When the debate question returns to a respectful mood, but no prospect of agreement still in sight, all eyes turn to the governor. A review about the goals of life shall he tactfully support. Maximize our happiness. Be virtuous, for virtue is knowledge. Seek wisdom and the true knowledge of the world. Or if he's uncouth, we could replace engineering with philosophy. To avoid wasting time with such a is there nothing more practical to do? We'll have him, more science. The Royal Library. The Royal Library is done. The world has never before seen such a great collection of knowledge in one place. Poetry, academic treatises, writings on statecraft, and diplomatic records have been brought to the Royal Library to provide a record of the world in Mirotog. In particular pride is a copy of the original Tale of Valeria. This collection of knowledge and literature is a true accomplishment, one that marks Kush's place in the world. The writings of your people will last for all eternity. With this wonder, my legacy shall endure. River Revelation. Following the recent Zoroastrian Spring Festival, rumors have been swirling about of Tagtal the Younger has received a revelation in the same way as Zoroaster himself. Apparently, Torgal was fetching water from the river for celebrations. As she emerged, purified the river, she saw a vision as a being of light who led her and the Divine Six. On the other hand, the Chancellor Louis Tagtal is lying and is merely attempting to usurp his position. Blessed, Glorious, or I get the fallback Glorious, which is Discipline. Try to install her as the head of the religion instead. Although the head of the religion likes me. Oh, well that's because that's the Chancellor, okay. Oh, different not my Chancellor. The other Chancellor, okay. It happens to be the Chancellor of Carthage. That's why I'm thinking it's Chancellor. We'll just have her become disappointed with us. The 20 Saints. Subjects of the city have barricaded its governor in the royal palace. One of his generals is accused of slaying 20 of his soldiers when they confess their Christian beliefs. The city's faithful are in uproar when the murder of these honorable martyrs. Pleads for help, but this is a disaster of his own making. Raise a monument to their sacrifice. This basement itself. So after that Medjay offers Archer is done, we'll the turn after that actually have the stronghold there. So I can purge Christianity. How does Christianity feel about me? They're neutral. Yeah, they obviously wouldn't be neutral if we purge them from the city. I think we're going to go legal code here. The question here is, do I want to swap off of orthodoxy onto tolerance? That doesn't necessarily make those religions like me, is the other part there. No, I'm going to stay on orthodoxy, which means I should probably get rid of the Christian religions. Or I can just, I might just let them be. At least for the moment. We're going to do legal code here. We're not going divine rule this time. It would be nice to make it down to monetary reform, although that requires getting to fiscal policy, which is pretty deep in the tech tree. forget where my Christianity holy city is. I know it's in our... In fact, that would be the reason not necessarily to go get rid of it. So yeah, this is the holy city down here. One argument maybe to keep Christianity around is that I do have the holy city to them. So I'd have their version of this building to build, which is 2 points for having the holy city and building the building related to it. Okay, before I get too distracted, let's continue. Let's get back to the war front. So we've got incoming melees. I should probably deal with those. I'm actually starting to run out of reinforcements wandering up from the south. We got one reinforcing guy coming in, so our offensive strength is about to start waxing. We take many more casualties. That's not necessarily a reason to stop attacking for the moment. Yeah, we've got one more unit marching up. You were damaged by the flood, so I should prepare you. I'm not really worried about the scouts. Some camel archers there. And you'll keep contributing more axemen. This is fairly far off. It might actually make sense to get some of the fast units like camel archers down here. Do I force march you? Could get you in the strike range. It's not going to be enough to kill is the problem. No place I'm going to get a kill. Probably not going to burn that many orders just to get them up there. Got a perfume to hand out. And I can recall ivory. Get you positive by giving you ivory. You're pretty slow and pretty far away, so I'll give you that. Get you going faster. Okay. Can't do that for one turn. I should keep them off of cooldown in case I decide I think we're going to do it. I'm not sure if I'm going to commit to doing it. Meantime, rally the troops. We can get you married. Say to Carthage. Can you have you tutored? You're now old enough to be tutored. Yeah, I'd use the last two orders here negotiating the truce if it was off cooldown, so we'll wait one more turn. I suppose that actually means it's a good time to actually move the scout. You know, we're up in their business. That does mean our units are a little bit exposed and they get attacked from multiple sides, and I think our units are starting to get outnumbered, so it may be time to actually think about negotiating that peace on the next turn, or attempting to negotiate that peace on the next turn. I don't think I've got the stopping power necessarily to overrun one of these towns. The Fallen Banner. The unit has been killed. After the fighting is done, a few survivors on Matrudus the Orator slink back to the capital. The ring reports that the banner was lost in battle despite him surviving. Strict even for general demands that should be publicly denounced for letting the banner fall, but the defeated leader was carried from the battle after an early arrow pierced her armor. Encourage her that she shall have the chance to redeem herself. Yeah. Runaway Prince. Units knock at your door. Heir to the Greek throne stands outside. The young prince has fled the palace with hopes of escaping his responsibilities. He wishes to hide from his father's agents in Kush and start a new life here. King Alexander of Greece becomes suspicious. My son is missing, and I don't know where my son is. And there's just a random courtier that showed up in your country. It was terrifying to have him killed. Yeah, we'll just return him. Popular board game. Encourage the pastime. Or is the game fit for the aristocracy? Well, the aristocracy doesn't be happy, so. Encourage the board game. Carpenter, strict cultivator. Well, I'm not training infantry down here, so. And I don't have any farm. I don't really have any farms and groves anyway. So I suppose I will go for the infantry bonus. You are now strong, so I should be able to build the citadel here. So in 6 turns, we'll stop building mid-ray archers and move on to better. Oh, we don't have the culture here for that. It's fine. Strong here, okay. Let's quarry out this way. Oh, and I'm still doing repairs here, so yeah, focus on the repairs. And over there. Duel of generals on the battlefield. King Consort, the commander, found himself facing the very strongest of General Shackreb's soldiers, spearmen. Surrounded on all sides, it seemed like all was lost for the general, but all the blows seemed to glide off his armor. Saved by the sword of troops, but he can only ascribe his survival to some sort of divine protection. He can become superstitious, focus on fighting rather than faith. Would replace intelligent. Now focus on fighting instead of faith. The bombardment of the city begins. Yeah, I'm gonna start slowing down the troop production because I think, well, I'm gonna send the national truce. No hard feelings. Let's call it off. I'm not gonna demand tribute. I'm not that greedy. I'm greedy enough that I am not gonna pay them for the war to end because I think we're winning, but. And there's a chance I overrun the city before the war ends. That be what's going on to this point. It's like, can I overrun the city before the war ends? The answer may be no, but we're going to try regardless. And then we will improve our army between wars with battle line, upgrading those swords, upgrading axemen to macemen. All these axemen upgrade in the interwar period. Discovered battle line. Greece is now at peace with Carthage. We've rallied the military, resulting in higher morale. Another one of our children is old enough to be tutored. Either way, I gotta lock the city down. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna try to get a little more happiness with the one that likes us least. Spoked wheel, work towards our goals. Yeah, I don't think I have enough to break the city. So it's going to come down to how they negotiate. They become Bida or Tactician. This is what he wants, so be it. You're now a Tactician. Air Education, you studying Tactics. Oh, there's a garrison there that needs repairs. Good thing I was telling me to go fix that. Missed it otherwise. Shadows and Dust. Landmark discovered. Hearing your scouts report of newly discovered landmark, you make a visit to the Pelagos. The natural wonder laid out before you makes the breath catch in your throat. It seems inconceivable this world may have existed before your ancestors. Your mind races. You imagine the number of nations that must have risen and fallen in the shadows of this wonder. For the awesome beauty, you realize that even your nation must one day fall. Our nation will last forever. So, with a little science, get a little more training. And yeah, I could force march up the archer, but one archer's not gonna make or break the current fight. I don't think I'm taking the city. Although, I think technically the war-ending event will be an event, so I could technically delay it for one last run at the city, but I don't think we're still going to have the situational strength to do it anyway. And he comes from a... Okay, so I've got olives to distribute. I'll actually hold on to the olives, just in case I can make that part of the peace deal, or that ends up being part of the peace deal. Keep it around. You can be tutored. If I got any tutors that are free, I do have a free tutor. I think that person was previously a general, so they've been liberated from the unit that they were in command of because the unit has been destroyed. They did not fall in the destruction of their unit. Okay, I think we're good. Let's cycle the turn. I won't leave you on a cliffhanger as to whether or not we have peace or not from this deal. This was a war that the Assyrians started, so we weren't well positioned necessarily to take full advantage of it. Discovered the spoked wheel. Truce response. We could just accept the truce. The war will end. We'll put that away. Fingers are going to work towards his infantry square. Can I, in the final turn, overrun the city? That's the question here. No. The city will not fall, it has held. And there will be a truce. We accept the truce. Yep, I guess you're going to be the Chancellor. Gonna go to the next happiness level in 8. That's probably fast enough. Happiness. I probably want to get rid of my discontent levels, although you're gonna go stop being discontent next turn. So we can see what level 2 does. It just doubles the effect. I think it caps out at maybe level 3. I know it doesn't infinitely stack. Yeah, let's put it here. To be 18 turns, make it get happier a little bit faster. And we're exploring the world with these fire aims. Could end the season, but I think we should try to, negotiate some stuff. While they're at peace, we'll attempt to sign a trade deal with them. We'll see if we can get one of those off. What can you do? Just for the clergy. Family city gifts. Pacify cities. I have coinage. Okay. Let's go through and check to see which places have governors. If they don't, can I get them one that doesn't have a job? Give the prince a job. Sure. Prince has a job. I think the prince... There's another one that can get a job. It's maybe the only one I can hand out. Those two might be the only ones I can hand out. Depends upon if the families have... unemployed people. No, I think we've been the other way around. Okay. Okay, we'll pull back into our own territory. We'll regenerate the units that we can, and try to get them back all out to training facilities, and just fill the training facilities up so we can get high-quality units for the next war. But that will be for the next part. If you're watching on YouTube, we are going to put a part break in here. We will have one more part up tomorrow from today's stream. I don't think we're going to win during this stream. I think there will be one more stream. If for no other reason than to win, we need 3 ambitions, or I need to get to 56 score victory points. And depending upon how we're going when we get to either of those, we might try to do the other as well. You can continue past victory to do both. So if the score is looking easy enough to do, I'll try to splurge. I'll try to go all the way and do both. Right, if we get 10 ambitions done, the score looks possible, we'll try to go for score. If we get the score done and the ambitions look possible, we'll do both. But yeah, I think that will be, probably not during the stream, that'll probably be next stream. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow from this stream. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break here to get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea. And I'll try to get the next ad break out of the way while I'm doing that. So until the next part, I am going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.